here with Val Noleto. She's this beautiful woman and a Christian woman, mighty woman of God, and a friend that I really cherish. And I would like to introduce you a little bit about her life. She had a very tough life in some stage, and she's been rediscovering herself, rediscovering her identity in Christ, her identity as who she is, who she was made to be, and she's getting to a very interesting place right now. She has her own business. It's a travel business and also a card business. And yes, card. You will see how interesting is that. How are you, Val?
I'm excellent.
Thank you
so
so
happy
much.
to be here with you.
Thank you. It was so good. And tell us a little bit about yourself, about this identity. Who are you? What God created you to be that you are finding out?
I think that knowing who we are, the old millennial question of who am I, where am I going, why am I here, those are the most important questions that we can ask.
Yeah.
And who am I is definitely something that I'm still discovering, and I'm still learning about it every day. But primarily, I know that I'm a child of God, and that is the most important thing that I need to know about myself. Nothing else matters in the end.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm loved, knowing that I'm accepted despite my mistakes and despite my human nature and everything, knowing that I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
That gives you the sense of belonging, isn't it? Because I used to say that this sense of belonging is something essential to our life, to understand that yes, we are loved, and yes, we are accepted, and yes, we belong somewhere, we belong to someone, we belong to God, we belong to Jesus Christ, and that makes a huge difference in our lives. If you are Christian, you know that. If you are not a Christian, you have a world to discover and to live in a better place, isn't it? So, and her work now is called Personify Life, isn't it? And it came from a very challenging place before, a very kind of dark place that we all go through. Maybe not all, but most of us go through some dark times. But she discovered something so important, is gratitude. Is that everyone wants to feel accepted and to be recognized for who they are. And you put this in your travel business and in your card business. How do you do that?
I really truly believe, and I've come to a point in my life where that I really want to work and do everything as a whole. I don't want to have segments or compartments. I want to live my life as a whole, and because I believe that God created me and He's given me talents and gifts and a specific purpose as well. So it's everything as a whole. So I don't want to work just for money. I don't want to work. That's not the reason. And so Personify Life, first of all, was as I look at it, it has so much to do with my mission, with my personal mission of, bringing the idea to people that they can have, that life is about a personal relationship with a God who loves us. It's not the God of religion. It's not the God out there that I may have heard. It's a personal relationship with Him. So Personify Life for me has that meaning of the personal connection with God that we all need to discover. And secondly, in the businesses. So with my travel business, I really truly believe that each person has different needs for their travel.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not one fits all. That I need to identify what are the most important things about the trip. One of the first questions that I ask people when they come to me for a trip is like, what's important to you about that trip? Do you want to sit on the beach? But what's important to you? What do you expect
to achieve?
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
And I can tell you that she did that for me. When my parents came here to Australia, we traveled to New Zealand together, and Val organized everything, and it was amazing. It was just amazing. The hotel, we did a trip to Milford Sound. Oh my God! It was a trip of a lifetime. It was like really remarkable because she asked these questions, and so we managed to live in that time the way we were. And if I didn't thank you enough, thank you, Charlie.
Thank you. And the way I link my card business with my travel business is that for me the most important message that I can send to my customers when they get back is thank you. It's not like, when are you going to buy next? Here's the next deal.
No, it doesn't work that way.
No, it's, my where I come from is I just want to thank you for booking with me. Thank you for allowing me, like the card that I did for the Leanne and Jim, if you're watching that video. Leanne and Jim
Hi,
Pride.
Leanne and Jim.
3 months in South America almost, and when they came back, I sent them a welcome home card with a beautiful, stunning photo of them at the Bolivian salt.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful photo of them. And I didn't write anything on it because when I was doing that card, it was about them. It was about their experience. And in the back, I just wrote, thank you for allowing me to be part of your trip. And
that's so beautiful.
Because, the customers, they are the reason I have a business.
Yeah.
So with the message of gratitude, I think there's a big hole there in many businesses today that they don't realize that the message of thanking their genuine, heartfelt thank you for your business is probably the most powerful message that you can send.
Don't treat them like a number, like how much they spend, but how was their experience? Because that experience will bring them back.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think you have some interesting stories about the cards as well.
Yes,
She was telling us some in Portuguese. Was pretty emotional.
Yes, I've got some amazing, card stories that, so many that I keep them. That it's good to have these stories because some days you're down, some days you're not having the best day, and when you bring to your mind things that bring you joy, things that bring you hope, like we're doing our faith. David did that. He prayed that. Bring to my mind things that will bring me hope and joy and all of that. And so I have my card stories as well. So every time I send somebody a card, I'm actually praying for them as I send the card. And I put my heart into that card. It may be simple words, but I do put my heart into that card because I don't want to just do a big mail out without thinking about what it's actually going in the card.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And so I've got some great stories with my customers about the cards, like the Leanne and Jim. When they got my card, they sent me a card on the mail with a gift that they brought from South America, thanking me. It's really lovely. And I got suppliers from, like, for example, G Adventures. 2 weeks ago, I sent him a thank you card, and he sent me a beautiful email back. It was just really nice. But I guess personally speaking, is the story of my dad. So when about 4 years ago, no more, that the company that I work with, the cards, was launched the Gratitude Challenge. Gratitude Challenge is apparently very, it's not apparently, but it is a common thing by a number of people. I think Oprah even had started the Gratitude Challenge. That's what Ali told me. But the idea was, the challenge was one card, 30 days, one card per day, 30 people, and all teacher, people who have touched your life somehow, and you have maybe not had the chance to say thank you to them before. And I really do believe that as Christians, we have to be the most thankful people in the world. We are so aware of who we are and how much Jesus has done for us.
Oh my God.
And we really have to be the most grateful.
We have to be grateful for the sacrifice that Jesus did for us. That He died on the cross, and He rose after 3 days to defeat death and give us life. And this is the most important thing in the gospel, is what He did for us. And if you cannot be grateful for that, oh my God, it's just amazing, isn't it? We have to remember that all the time as a Christian. And if you're not a Christian, that's a beautiful journey to discover who you are in Christ, and why this is a redemption story. Like your story is a redemption story, my story is a redemption story, and I'm sure that you have a redemption story as well. Yeah,
that's right. And in today's world, people talk about our kids and the younger generation having the entitlement mentality. And I believe that the antidote to entitlement is gratitude. I don't deserve it just because I deserve it, because I'm better than everybody else. So we're grateful. I tell my kids, if you talk to my kids, I'm by no means a perfect mom, I know that. But one thing that I really try to work hard on my kids, sometimes when things are tough, or let's think about things that we've got to be grateful for. Did we have breakfast this morning? Yes, we did. Or did you realize how many people, knowing that, like you say, how many kids, but just like, wow, look at how blessed we are. Look at this beautiful country where we live in. And just really bring to our minds things to be grateful for. And that's an antidote to entitlement. Really. I was going to go somewhere with that. But anyway, I lost my...
No, but it's right. We have to understand that entitlement will not take us anywhere. Yes, we are entitled for some things, we have our rights, but more than anything, we have to have a grateful heart for everything that we do. And you were starting to tell us the story of your dad.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
and that's a redemption story as well.
So I do have great stories in using, gratitude in my business, and as a great, fantastic, beautiful relationship marketing tool. But I guess that the most powerful story for me is the story of my dad, of being able to send a card to my dad, a thank you card to my dad. And when I sent that card to him, he wasn't even sick, but by the time he got it 3 weeks later in Brazil, he was in hospital in intensive care. And in that card, I really try to think of things that I was grateful for in his life and for everything he'd done, because many things happened when he left us for another family, and it was so easy to think about the, not the nice things he did, but it took a lot to write down and express to him things that I was grateful for in his life. And so when he got that, he was in intensive care. He came out of intensive care for a couple of days. My aunt showed him the card, and apparently he cried. And then the next day he went back to intensive care and then passed away. Oh my God. So that card was the last means of communication that I had with my dad.
And let's hope that he accepted the challenge and he accepts Jesus, and you can meet him in heaven.
That's right.
that's all we can expect, isn't
That's
it?
right.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
God is faithful, and I'm sure that He also have a redemption story for your life. And I'm learning with Val about gratitude, and I think I'm a very grateful person as well in general. But her heart for gratitude is it's beautiful. And I thank you very much, Val, for being here, for showing your heart, for being vulnerable, showing your life, a little bit of your life for us. And I wish great success in your business, in Personify Live. If you want to travel with her, you will not regret. It will be really good. And I hope you have enjoyed this message and that you take one thing from this. Be grateful. That will change your life. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you.